Legend Total War here, and today we've got a preventing a disaster campaign video. So this was sent in as a disaster battle. He wants me to clear out kroq from besieging Teotihuacan. He set it up so that he can't do it, so he wants me to do it. But in all honesty, this is inconsequential, really. I mean, it's going to be a tough battle, but I'm not looking at the grand scheme of things. I've looked a little bit at the campaign. I'm just like, oh, you think this is bad? Okay, so here's the thing. You're at turn 84. You've not really got a lot of territory. You've made a couple of mistakes, and the dwarfs are super strong. I am anticipating within the next few turns you end up in a full-blown disaster situation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to prevent a disaster campaign and lay down some infrastructure for you so that you don't have to send the save file back to me in about 10 turns going, yeah, so the dwarves declared war on me and I can't beat them. So here's what we're going to do. I'll deal with this, but I've had a look around at some other situations. Alright, this, like, I know some people like to do this kind of stuff, and like in other Total War games, I can totally see where you're coming from. Like trying to go and meet up with other lizards or whatever. I guess that's what you're trying to do here. Okay, look, you've met them, great. Disband it, okay? Here's the problem. When you go and meet other races in Total War Warhammer, usually what happens is because as you get bigger, you get great power penalty to diplomacy and also aversion. People start declaring war on you from other sides of the map for no reason. And once you have too many wars going on, you can't get out of any of the wars because everyone sees you as being just weak. So sometimes, it depends on the factions that you're playing as, sometimes it's better to not look outwards. Don't send your agents to go meet other people, especially on legendary difficulty, which this is on. So, depends on the race that you're playing, and I would say playing as this race here, there is no point going out there meeting those other races. Like, even trying to get a confederation right now, for one thing, you're not strong enough, and another thing is, like, even if you did get a confederation, you'd create a fragmented empire, and that would actually make you weaker, so just don't do it. So, I'm going to nip that in the bud right there. Stop your searching ruins. For one thing, not searching ruins, searching for new races. Because for one thing, like, Thegan's errantry, like, why did they go to war with you? Get rid of this. Probably don't need an aggression pact, but they probably declared war on you because you met them. This didn't need to happen, but that being said, it's kind of benefiting in your favor. Let's get some money. Okay. Alright. The next thing we're going to need to do is finish off Clan Moors. So let's have a look at their political situation. They have 6 settlements. They're considered about equal to us. Sort of. I mean, there's 11 rank versus 20 rank, so they're weaker, but only by a small margin. We're gonna seriously drop that down. I imagine they're at Rosetta because there's a lot of Skaven corruption here, and I can also see there's an army here. We could force march him back over here to Doomglade, but Doomglade is not super important, and then they'll just go somewhere else. So the best defense is a good offense. Now, this battle here, let's get to it. So he wrote me a little bit of a message in the disaster in the email. So it says here, kroq is besieging a settlement. I've recruited a regiment of renowned and blessed units army and brought them from the back via force march to use them, but I can't win as they come from all over the place. It's on legendary as kroq-gar. Yeah, so this position here, when you attack, these guys here might show up on the enemy's side of the field. So we'll bring him around over here so that he tries to show as much as possible closer to our rear. Because where they're positioned on the campaign map is where they're going to reinforce somewhat on the map there. And then the next thing to consider is that kroq is an anti-infantry general. He's actually one of the best anti-infantry. Like, he's essentially an assassin. Short of Snickich being introduced in the game shortly. Bonus versus infantry plus 45. That's huge. Now, a little while ago, I thought the bonus versus infantry and bonus versus large was just a damage bonus, but it turns out it's a damage bonus and actually a melee attack bonus as well, apparently. It does seem to work that way. So a 63 melee attack becomes over 100, which basically means that this guy here is dead meat if he comes into contact with him. So what we do instead, we get our anti-kroq weapon here. We get a kroq-gar ancient, which is a large unit that's anti-infantry. So this guy here now has 25 bonus versus infantry, but he's a large unit, so all of Queek's anti-infantry will be completely wasted when they get into a fight. He's still going to be in force march, so that's going to work against us, but what we'll do to add a little bit of extra oomph on top of that is to put down the Rite of Sotek, and this will cause enemy attrition as well, which is not bad. Now we could just wait for Queek to make the attack, and you know what, that actually might be better if we do that. If we just wait for him to make the attack. Because if he attacks, I'm very confident we can win. If we attack him, we can't pursue him this turn. Alright, so I'm just going to let that be. So you might want me to lift it now, but you're not building anything in here, just leave it. Instead, we'll push over to here. And yeah, I thought he might run away. I was hoping he wouldn't. But he's not going to show up in the battle now. I mean, that makes the battle easier, but still. Let's just get on here and get this done. So, a Scarecrow banner. People are always giving me shit about, you know, not assigning Scarecrow banners, right? But it's one of the worst banners in the game because it provides lack of leadership. It reduces leadership for flying units in a small area of effect. There's so few flying units in this game that it's just not worth even putting it on. Especially going up against the rats who have no flyers. Alright, so we want to just punch through the center and go straight to the town square. So yeah, what I'm going to endeavor to do in this preventing a disaster campaign is try to set you up with a better understanding of how to use the lizardmen to access their maximum potential, and also prevent a future war, a future premature war with the dwarfs, because they've got 28 settlements and you've got what, 5, 6 maybe? You are not ready to deal with them, not by a long shot. So nothing to be concerned about here, just keep them all together. Now, I don't think that mass Carnosaur stack is the best that the Lizardmen can do. They might, like, they'll beat a Stegodon Doom stack, but you're not going to be going up against a Stegodon Doom stack. Another thing you got to consider is that, like, this might beat more powerful armies, but because of Stegodon's artillery, you'll be able to fight more often in succession if you use Stegodon armies. But since you've chosen this, that's fine. I don't have a problem with Carnosaur-based armies. If that's what you want to do, I'll leave that be. I still recommend Stegodons, because I'm fairly sure it's cheaper, and I strongly think it's more effective. Because another thing to consider as well is that Carnosaurs do go rampaging, whereas regular Stegodons do not. So I've disbanded 2 of his heroes, so we need to replace them. I don't want to be doing damage to his campaign. I'm preventing a disaster. All right, so we'll loot and occupy, because they're gonna revolt anyway. I really doubt they'll besiege us, so I reckon they're just going to bugger off. Yeah, get rid of that. Right, we're going to want to build walls. Just temporarily, don't want to keep them forever. But yeah, just for the time being, just build some walls. Probably don't need that, get rid of it. I tend to find that that's more useful at tier 4, so just rebuild it back then. Don't worry about repairing this, because money's still kind of tight. So, we need to start getting heroes back. Let's have a look. Alright, so you've already got a disciplined hero available there. That's great. And it is really good that you built these star chambers. That's really helpful. Now, there's also Pompous. I'm currently actually playing a campaign on my live streams where I'm basically spamming the Pompous trait. And it's allowing me to rout enemy armies a lot earlier. It's eventually going to get to the point where if you get enough of them, say like 20 of these heroes, you can rout enemy armies instantly, even if they're like really high tier armies. But if you're not going to go full Pompous, don't get Pompous at all, because the enemy leadership -4, -10, even -20, it's not going to matter. It's only going to impact low tier units, but by that point, who cares about them anyway? So it's probably better we go with Disciplined for your army in this particular situation. You're too late in the campaign to start doing this. Now, some public order would help, but it's not essential. Because he'll end up with all of these points anyway, and he's not going to really become a better fighter until he gets on a Carnosaur anyway, so it really would help if he, just in the areas that he's in, just helps to maintain public order. As a Lizardman, you don't really want to farm Rebellion, especially not at turn 84. And we'll get him over to the army there. Now, we need to get rid of this and this. Looking at your technology here, we got to build a scrying pool as soon as possible, because you're about to run out of things to research. Now, whilst that is providing some money, you'll be fine. And we also need to build a skink thing. So you gotta get priests. Yeah, skink chief. Sorry. And over here, we want to get the priests. The fact that you're this far into the campaign and don't have a skink priest, ugh, that hurts. All right, and we'll just leave that be. See what the odds are now. Alright, if the odds are that bad, he might actually push the attack. And I don't think there's any chance of him winning. But we want to make sure we don't just win the battle, that we wipe out his army so that we can just finish this war once and for all. So according to this, you've got another one of them somewhere. And he's wounded. Okay, that's... I hope he's disciplined, but it doesn't... Well, we'll find out. Alright, so... preventative measures to stop the war with the dwarves. Now, luckily the dwarves like you at the moment, but that could very easily change. So, I'm going to set you up with a non-aggression pact and military access with the dwarves. This is to give you a bit of extra relationship with them. They will probably not declare war on you, as long as you keep them somewhat happy with you, and don't declare war on any of their allies. These guys here are all off limits for the foreseeable future. Okay? And also, we could probably get some money out of them. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah? Oh, sweet. Okay, this is good. Damn. Alright, that'll pay for our forces for a little while, so that's good. I mean, you can always just cancel that in 10 turns if you want to go to war with the dwarves. That's up to you. Now, what you need to be planning to do, we got to take the settlements from here that belong to the Skaven, and then you probably want to take on Lybaris, and then go back to war with the Skaven and finish them off. What else have you got? So you've got a defensive alliance with Karak Zorn. Now, these guys are unlikely to have anyone declare war on them, and they're not going to come and back you up anyway. So I'm going to do you a favor and end this before they drag you into a war that you don't want to fight. It's okay to stay friendly with them, but I would not personally ally with them. Okay, I reckon that would only backfire on you. And that's, yeah, I'm just going to say no to that one. Alright, and let's move on. It's okay to get some alliances sometimes, I just don't feel like that's a good one for you. I've got a little bit of alliance PTSD because on one of my live streams recently playing as Alariel, I had a military alliance with Tyrion, and it could not have blown up in my face more. So I'm so anti-alliance right now. Basically, neutrality is the way to go. Because neutrality very rarely blows up in your face. Nothing we can do about that. We'll just have to try and get back over here and stop them. Alright, if they're going away, just leave them be. Alright, so Clan Wars, didn't seem to make his attack. He's still going to lay siege. That's fine. Let that occur for a bit longer. I mean, we could lift the siege next turn, I suppose, and finish him off if all goes well. Because if we could disband that army, it will save you a lot of money. But yeah, I didn't feel like defeating it that turn would have made a big difference, because his army would have run away, and even in a damaged state, they probably could have taken some of your minor settlements. So we'll wait until this turn, and then wipe him out utterly. And also, we won't be on force march. Let's get rid of this. Oh, you get some more blessed units. Cool. You don't have Honored Elder yet? That's like, as soon as you get that available, you should grab it. Public Order, all provinces, ward save, reduced upkeep. Well, you probably don't have any of those units, but still. And yeah, auto resolving, that's just fine. And we're going to want to make a beeline over here to stop them. But it's going to take 2 turns to get there. But if I force march to here, I might be able to make it there next turn. Because this army here, we saw what it is. It's no way it's going to beat your army. How's the garrison here? Alright, cool. Let's go money and public order. Maybe prevent taxes there. Yeah, see, unless we brought him down to being particularly weak, like the temple guards will do okay, but if he did attack it, there's a decent chance he could win. All right, so let's do this. Well, the odds are better this time. Now we do have more troops available in reserve. You know, we could get more blessed units, but if I bring too much, he might run away. So what would be better is if we fought him on equal terms now, beat him, and then if we need more in the next battle, he can't run away next time. We want to wipe his army out utterly, and then we can disband our entire force without having to worry about them coming back and threatening any of these settlements for a while. Okay. One big problem with his army, it's goddamn dog's breakfast, but we'll make do. You'd be surprised how good kroq-gars are against Queek. Alright, you stay on the edge there. Look for missile units to take out. Oh, you've got 20-minute battle timer? Well, you do whatever you want. If you want to do 20-minute battles, it's up to you. Alright, need to get organized. Doesn't matter if the garrison gets wiped out. So put them up front. Because these guys here have to pursue them next. So I'm just looking for someone we can take out. So they're using the menace below, but I wouldn't worry about them too much. Cool, decent amount of damage. Now's not the right time to try to attack them. We'll hold the high ground up here. Alright, what's this? That is a doom wheel. I mean, technically this is anti-large. It should be able to handle a doom wheel. But I don't actually know if it will. Because doom wheels are tier 5 and these are shit. I think it can handle it. Alright, go deal with that. I think they're being very silly with that. Because we've only got infantry up here. Well, mostly infantry up here anyway. So, hang on. Hold your fire for the time being. Don't waste it on them. Okay, yeah, he's winning easily against the Doom Wheel. Poison Wind Globe it is, and Warp Fire Throwers. Probably be a good idea not to let them get up here. I'm not using that yet. Well, we'll start with this one. Okay, now we'll use it. Alright, get out of there. We don't want them fighting the Doom Wheel. Okay, your job is going to be to fight quick. I'm pretty confident that he'll beat it. Yeah, take out that Doom Wheel completely, please. Oh, God, they're so bad at running down units. Speed 70 versus speed 72. Right, that'd be why. Well, if it can't come back... Actually, if you could get over here quickly enough... No, it's not going to work. Well, you could take out another Doom Wheel, surely. Alright. Time to get you into battle with Queek. Okay, pull out one of these kroq-gars because I don't want them getting bombed by our own guys too much. It's too bad I can't get them to fire at the ground. Just keep them in reserve for now. So, oh yeah, the Queek is getting absolutely wrecked by the kroq-gar. Told you. But at the same time, our kroq-gar dude is, you know, there's a lot of storm vermin in here. Maybe just have a bit of a back off while the flames are doing their thing, clearing out the enemy infantry. Alright, bring him back in. Yeah, it would be certainly good if we could wipe them out for the next battle. Alright, where's Queek? Get him back in there. They're fighting a whole bunch of storm vermin with halberds. We really should get them out of there. How are we going here? Alright, Queek's almost down. Who's faster? You got a speed of 35. Right, but I can get them to catch up to Queek. Just watch out with that friendly fire. It's Let's get over here, start bombing the Skaven slave slingers. Don't have to worry about them too much, so, you know, focusing on trying to get rid of them wasn't super important. Victory's in our grasp, excellent. But let's make sure Queek doesn't get any experience and, you know, finish him off. Alright, it might be better off using these to actually help run them down, because their speed is faster than the rats. I don't have that many speedy units. But overall, seems like a decent victory, and our army's not in terrible shape. We should be able to pursue and finish the job. Oh, what are you doing? Don't let him go. Ah, God damn it. Too close to the edge of the map. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to kill them in that amount of time. Because they're not good at it. It's possible. It's possible. They've got him blocked off. He's not taking any damage. They just keep knocking him on the ground. All he has to do is touch the edge of the map and he'll get away. And it looks like... Is he going to get away? Yeah, he got away. Like I said, they're not good at it. Mostly just Skaven slaves that are getting away, it seems. So, yeah, one of their biggest problems is they knock them on the ground, and that doesn't necessarily do any damage. This map was too small for running them down. So the Razordons did very nicely. I mean, he did take out two Doom Wheels, so he did do a good job in this battle. So give him that credit, but didn't kill off Queek. We'll get him in the next fight, though. Because we won't be able to bring in the garrison in the next fight either. But yeah, the bulk of our force, the bulk of the damage was taken by the garrison, and that's what we wanted. That's why I put them up front, because I knew that they weren't going to come out and assist in the next one. One of those Doom Wheels. Oh, that's right, the first one got away. I think we'll be fine to beat them without the replenishment rate, so I'll just take that because you could use the money. And that guy is even better at taking out Queek. But Queek will have still gained a tiny bit of experience. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. He's got 16 units, 16 damage units versus our 12. Kinda, somewhat, not really damaged. Give him a bit extra strength, because he's going to need it in the coming fight here. Ooh, just enough movement. Can we auto-resolve it? Alright, cool. We don't need to fight this manually. Take the money, because this army is decommissioned. Good. That'll sort out your finances. Now, let's have a look with them. They're not yet willing to accept peace. And we shouldn't accept peace anyway until we've taken these two settlements. So what I want to do is force march to just there. We'll still get a tiny bit of replenishment. If he can reach us, we should be able to reach him. And if he attacks us in force march, I'm still pretty confident we'll stomp his ass. Alright, what do we need here? Giving kroq-gar extra 15 physical resistance would be good. Alright, so need that, and also you gotta get a scrying pool. Well, money's no longer tight, so that's fine. Okay, well that looks good. Moving on. How'd you get all these tiny little spots on the map that have been discovered? How did that happen? Yeah, see, this is not what we wanted to have happen. It's possible that they'll take the cursed jungle, which is why we got to move quickly. Take the Doom Glade, probably auto-resolve it so that army there gets wiped out, and just force march down here and just try to catch up to them. Because they're just going to look for easy victories now, while they're essentially recruiting another army. But we can't afford to recruit another army, you just don't make enough money, and also takes too long. I do have an idea though. If we can get a fire slan, that'll burn the crap out of them. But I can't because we don't have this. Not for 3 more turns. Well, if it's gonna revolt no matter what, at least that'll be done. Good, he just makes it there. So yeah, this needs to be auto-resolved so that army there gets wiped out completely. Don't lightning strike. Oh, he didn't get wiped out. Not ideal, but it's the way it is sometimes. Probably should have fought it manually, but it's a bit of a waste of time. Okay, well. How long until they get here? Not long. We might have to set up a situation that's appealing for them to come back. So stand outside the settlement here. And we'll... The problem is now that this one here just might go and occupy the settlement again. Ah, damn it. Ah, I know what to do. If we can get kroq-gar to catch up to him, all we need is somebody to initiate the attack. Alright, what was that army again? Okay, we got some money. It's not great. What'll be best at defending the settlement? Probably the salamander hunting packs. Well, why don't we get some skinks and salamanders? Use a bit of combined arms. And we've still got the blessed warriors here if we need them. No regiment of renown available. Actually, no, there should be a regiment of renown available now, right? Yeah, so the temple guard there. Okay. Just a little bit wary about spending too much money. Okay. Yeah, it's really not good that this guy's, like, pushing down this way. Because it could be very difficult to catch him, and I can't force much. But we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe we can get a peace treaty with them. No. Well, let's just see. Because this situation here, it might be better just to wait 10 turns and then attack. Oh, hang on. Yeah. If they accept peace here, this would actually be an ideal situation for peace. Because... Actually... Because the problem here is if they take this settlement, it's going to cost more than 8,000 worth of damage. Plus, we could just disband this dude, cancel these recruits. Let me just see. And that'll save us money in the long run. And it's going to take us ages to go deal with them anyway. Alright, so they might accept that. Let's go back with the original offer here. They're probably not going to accept this, but let's just see. No, no. Plus, if we do this, then we'll be able to go deal with that rebellion. No. Unless I cancel some more stuff. Let me just have a look. Trust me, sometimes it's worth it doing this.
A worm god, nothing compared to horned rat.
No. Okay. I'll keep the money though. I'll make the recruitments. Because maybe they'll accept it next turn. It's a possibility of it. And we'll just see what happens. Because that guy's not that far away from kroq-gar. It's like 50% movement range that he has to use to go into raid stance. So it's quite possible that kroq-gar will be able to catch up to him. So yeah, I suspected they'd do that. But now what I can do is besiege the settlement, withdraw without using any movement points, force march to within his range, hopefully, and have him launch the attack. And then I'll just come back and deal with this later. Alright, so, like I said, and we withdraw. And we'll see where we stand. So that shouldn't have used up any movement to withdraw. So yeah, we're still pretty much at 100. kroq-gar can make the attack on his own. Which means we've definitely got him, because it'll push him closer to this army over here. But kroq-gar needs to come back down this way. So we've caught him. This has worked. It's just a matter of which way should we go about this. Because if I stand here and then use him to attack, he'll withdraw behind us. I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch him. So it might be better if kroq-gar makes the attack here. He'll run away, and then we'll force march to catch up to him. Yep, that's the right decision. So I didn't need to recruit them. Composers ought to resolve this. Yep, no problem. Whoa, shit. Maybe I should have fought that manually, but it's okay. Alright, so you can level them up however you want later. Now we got to get back over there. So if we have a look at Clan Moors, they're really weak. Now they're willing to pay us for peace. But we got to get these territories back. It's going to take 2 turns to get back there. We're good for money now. And we've got the walls built up here. So we've got a decent garrison. And this is yeah, it's just mostly crap, so we should be okay. And what do you got here? Strategist. Wow. Okay, well, let's have a look. Yeah. Like, I don't really want to go trait farming currently, but strategist. I don't know. I guess we could use him to scout a little bit, get an idea of what's going on over here. Okay, we can now get a wizard. What do we got? Oh, you get a knowledgeable beast wizard, but beast magic is yuck. Thing is, a knowledgeable one of these will not show up while that's there. So I'm gonna recruit you a knowledgeable beast wizard. Sorry, that's just what's showing up, and we're gonna keep him for now. If you want to get rid of him, do so later, but the thing is, starting to use trait farming at turn 80, it's kind of too late by that point. Especially considering the situation that could arise. We got to move quickly, and you don't have a lot of money. If you had more money, it'd be okay, but you don't. Alright, moving on. This beast magic is way inferior to heaven magic. But you can always use him once he gets level 28 or whatever on a Stegodon Engine of the Gods. So if we can try it. Yeah, we just need to grab the Doomglade. Oh, and Mahrak. Because it looks like they're at war with Lybaros as well. Because you probably want to go to war with Lybaros. I should probably check to see if you've got any agreements with them. Yeah, maybe grab the Doomglade, peace out with them, then grab Lybaros, Lamia, and then declare war on the on the Skaven again, and continue down this way. Just leave this border here, essentially protected by a neutral party, the dwarfs. Come out through here and just conquer the crap out of Nehekara. So it looks like they want to recruit a bunch of really small armies. They still want peace? Yeah, okay. And let's have a look. How are your agreements with Lybaros? No agreements, and they don't particularly like you, but you're strong enough to easily be able to beat them with this. Yeah, unfortunately didn't get the right trait show up. So you might want to disband him at a later date, but for the time being, just having some magic is better than nothing. Get an idea what's over here. Okay, yeah, you'd easily be able to beat that with what you got. All this looks fine. And just in time, oh, hang on, I got Tablet of Order. Yeah, get that going. And increase the capacity, because yeah, we're not hemorrhaging cash anymore. Should easily be able to take Doomglade, get the Peace Treaty, and then let's move on towards Lybaros. Well, more like that's what I'll suggest for you to do. I think my job here is pretty much done, but let's just get that bit done there first. Yeah, probably want to build that later, not right now. Moving on. He's not really in need of public order during a revolt. After the revolt, if we survive the revolt, sure. But not right now. Because what happens if we build it and then lose the city? Well, it's a waste of money. And it's not going to do anything for us before the revolt's finished. Now, the ideal situation for you to deal with Lamia is to, when you declare war on them, to immediately take one of their settlements. Not one of their settlements, one of their armies down. You want to weaken them before, when the war starts. Not just take one of their minor settlements. Like, if you take Lybaros right now, you're not really doing anything to them. But if say if Khalida was there and you took it, then at least you've damaged them. Because what they'll do is, they've only got one settlement left, they'll put like 3 or 4 armies and just sit there. Now, while you can lightning strike them, after each fight, you're going to get more and more worn out, and eventually they'll just grind you down. That's how the Tomb Kings play. They grind. Alright, we should just be able to auto-resolve this. There's nothing really here. Good, wipe them all out. And just a regular occupy will do. And now let's get out of this war. Because I reckon that Lamia will take back Machrak, and they'll be focused on dealing with Clan Moors, which gives you an opportunity to attack them. You want to try to kick people when they're down, but it's also more important to kick people that are on your border. Now, right now, Clan Moors isn't really on your border anymore, so this war is done. I'll take some money, but, you know, resume the war at a later date for sure, because this will just give them 10 turns of rest. But you could always just declare war on them 1 or 2 turns earlier. You'll only lose a little bit of reliability. It's not that big of a deal. But with that, I'd say we're sorted. Basically, you just got to go over here, sort out this rebellion. Or just let the garrison deal with it. It's entirely up to you. But I would highly recommend declare war on Libaris and then move west. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Hopefully we've prevented a disaster with that. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.